America's emergency departments receive over 100 million visits annually. And in many of these cases, early response is the key to survival.
I got a male patient coming in. Mid-60s, I'm guessing. We got on scene, found the patient to be have agonal respiration. The sinus on the 168.
This is a story about those on the other end of that 911 call. The bulk of the nation's and North Carolina's EMS professionals are trained in the community college system. Durham Technical Institute in Hillsborough is doing its part to help train tomorrow's first responders through classroom instruction conducted via a lecture style, practical laboratory sessions, and field internships in which scarily realistic mannequins are used, as well as hospital clinical experience, which is easy with a state-of-the-art UNC healthcare hospital conveniently found across the street. Many of these classes are at night, so when the rest of us are heading home after a long day of work, maybe to catch the tail end of that Duke UNC basketball game on TV, EMSers are settling in for more class. Flipping to the page tabbed from yesterday's reading to discuss the difference between diastolic and systolic blood pressure. Each lesson is a new adventure. Sometimes class is about newborn care and explaining how to handle labor and delivery complications, such as repositioning a breech baby or untwisting an umbilical cord. Sometimes they'll be simulating scenarios. The first day, I unknowingly walked into a simulation and legitimately thought someone was throwing up, and proceeded to run to the professor only to be informed it was all pretend. Or sometimes they'll be surprised with the latest YouTube upload of an impromptu tracheotomy. With all of this, it's clear that there's a lot to cover, and work can be stressful at times. But regardless, the students are sure to have fun with what they're learning and with each other. And through these late-night antics, find friends like Edgar, the janitor, whom we've learned was born in the back of an ambulance mid-transport at the hands of an EMS paramedic. And soon enough, 10:30 rolls around and it's time to head home, just in time to catch the last bus back. Yet this pipeline of knowledge wouldn't be possible without the hard work of dedicated instructors to pass it on. Saxbaugh native Liz Shipman joined the ranks of Durham Tech's EMT instructors in 2013, becoming one of the 33,000 EMTs and paramedics certified in North Carolina. What was once a passion for patient care and healthcare education turned into a career. My impression of Liz was quickly cemented when, as we were still getting to know each other, she took the time to show me how to intubate and extubate a patient, saying, "The best way to learn is to do it yourself." Liz says she is privileged to serve her patients and work alongside her former instructors and former students, from whom she continues to learn. I recently accompanied Liz to a business meeting of the South Orange County Squad in Carrboro, where she volunteers when she can. It was never more evident to see the medical community's love and appreciation for her. Apart from the innumerable hugs of gratitude from mentees, people made a point to stay late just to talk to her. And, since a paramedic's job is never done, after attending the meeting, Liz headed downstairs to begin her on-call shift. She observes the checklist sheet of pre-dispatch protocol to ensure all equipment is accounted for, before tuning her radio for staticky call-ins as she does a final walkthrough of the ambulance. Before hopping in the driver's seat, cueing the light show of red and white as sirens blare like white noise. And in the blink of an eye, she's nothing but a speck in the distance. However, not every dispatch goes as planned. With the joy of saving lives comes the possibility of losing them. These are the hard days. But when the day is done and Liz finishes locking up the station, she packs up her Vera Bradley tote and heads out, making the 20-mile commute back to the Saxbaugh River Mill. Once home, Liz and her boyfriend Corey start on supper, and she'll be the first to tell you he's the better cook. Meanwhile, the handsome Max is just happy to be getting some attention. With the few spare moments Liz finds at the end of the night, she'll head to the sewing room, aka the sweatpants zone, to work on a quilt that she plans on surprising her friend with, who's graduating from nursing school. With seemingly superhuman endurance, Liz is a Renaissance woman who never stops going. So here's to those who do whatever is needed whenever it's needed. There is no greater calling than to save lives.